I wasn't a huge fan of this movie. I don't think many people were. It's not great. The first movie was a movie about a killer robot, and then this movie, the robot's not bad. Like, that's the whole point of the movie. They try and make you somewhat doubt on whether she's actually good. But overall, that's like the whole plot of the movie is that Megan's good now. Let's downplay every single thing she did from the first movie. She killed people and a dog, which is something they mention in the movie. She tried to kill the two main characters that she now wants to be friends with, but they downplay it by saying, well, everybody makes mistakes. You can't judge people by their worst action. And at one point, they even try and say that, like, she was a child when that happened. Or they're trying to say, like, this AI is like an adult now or something. I don't know what they're trying to say. It's weird. Um, but anyway, I guess I'll get into the plot of the movie. It's kind of stupid. There's some really dumb lines in this movie. Like, there's a line about how you wouldn't give cocaine to a child, so why do you give them cell phones? I didn't have a cell phone till I was like 13, 14, and I paid for it with my own money. So I never had the problem of being on technology too early. Like, I had tablets and stuff like that. But, I was an outside kid. I played outside a lot, or I played with toys, or I watched movies, stuff like that. Um, so, I know that is unfortunately how a lot of kids are raised, is they just get sat in front of a screen. But to compare it to drug dealing, taking drugs and addiction is just weird. It made me pause the movie for a few seconds because that was just a baffling comparison. I don't know if that was the point or what. I don't think it was. So like that's a big point of this movie is that Gemma's like anti-technology and AI now. Maybe because of what happened to her with Megan. Is it like a new kind of PTSD that they're trying to uh work out, like what they do in typical horror movies where people try and avoid what happened to them? I don't know. Either way, I don't really like it. Gemma's a little insufferable in this film. I never hated her, but I sure as hell didn't like her in this film. Um, and the daughter just doesn't get to do that much. When she's not even really her daughter. Like she's like she was the kid of the two parents from the first movie that die in the opening scene. Um, anyways, she doesn't get to do that much. She takes self-defense classes and hurts a random bully in class, and then her parent guardian gets mad at her, Gemma, because she defended herself from a bully. I mean, sure, she didn't get physical with her, but she did straight up threaten her. She said, oh, you don't got Megan anymore. You don't got people to protect you. That's a threat. You don't know what that kid was going to do to you. So you might as well fuck them up. So, that they don't try and fuck with you later. I don't get why she was getting in trouble for that. So then, she uses it one more time where she gets an argument with Gemma and she hurts her, and then she goes into the other room. Like, she does it almost on instinct, which leads to the thing that's later. She uses it to win the day. Like, she breaks the bad guy's arm, Christian, and that's a whole other thing I need to delve into. But let's just talk about this right now. Like, she has to be persuaded into it. Like, she starts quoting a movie a bunch of times because apparently a movie is what made her want to do those self-defense classes or something. And Katie is just not getting the hint. And she's like, come on, why won't you get the hint? And that's what leads to her, breaking the guy's arm. But if she did it instantly on a bully that threatened her with future harm, and she did it to her own mother-like figure, because they got into an argument. Why wouldn't she do it when she's literally in danger? She's literally in danger. The guy's threatening to throw her off something, high up. She's most likely going to die on the fall, and she has to be told to do it. That's just strange. And now let's go back to the whole Christian thing. He is Gemma's boyfriend character. That is all he is. There have been a lot of bad boyfriend characters in horror movies or just movies in general. I think this is one of the worst instances. He is mentioned as her boyfriend during like a whole catching up segment on the beginning of the film where they just tell you aspects of their relationship that's apparently developed since the last film. And they're like, yeah, she's got a boyfriend now. He's all right, but they have their differences. Then there's one scene where he talks about paper clips. And then he's pretty much not in the movie until there's a part where Amelia's apparently going to try and kill him. So they try and stop that. And then, he's pretty much revealed to be the bad guy of the movie. He's just lame. Even his villain monologues are just so cliche and lame that the way their actor delivers it, I could care less. He's just not interesting. I could not say a positive about this guy at all. And maybe it's the script, because I don't like making fun of actors. But he just really didn't do anything for me in this movie. And the plot of this movie is that a so-called sentient AI, Amelia, is going to kill people, and only M3gan can stop her. But that ends up not being the case. It's an AI that's not sentient, that Christian controls and wanted people to think was sentient to make AI illegal or something. It's basically the stupid plot of Incredibles 2. Like, that's basically what it is. You maybe didn't see the plot twist coming, because why would you think there was a plot twist when the movie's trying to say that there's a sentient AI that M3gan needs to stop? This movie, it wasn't great. I will say that I think the backlash it got and people like basically celebrating its downfall was pretty much bullshit. Like, they're like, oh, so much for M3gan because it got a bad sequel. I feel like, even though, yeah, she's an AI character, I feel like it's definitely got to be rooted in sexism or people that are just stupid. Because how many movies in general, or movies, horror movies, have bad sequels and people still praise those movies? You can't say that just because the sequel wasn't good, that now the franchise is dead in the water. Like, Jason had bad sequels. I already said Friday. Freddy Krueger had bad sequels. Plenty of movies that are like considered cult classics, had bad stuff happen. Like, Donnie Darko. It's considered one of the greatest movies of all time. I really enjoyed that movie. I bought it on DVD a few months ago. There was a sequel to that movie, and people hate it. I have not seen it yet. Then American Psycho. People love that movie. It got a sequel. It fucking sucked. I did see that. But people don't try and disparage those movies because of it. Sometimes movies have bad sequels, and maybe another installment will change people's opinion on this thing as a franchise. I personally am not a fan of M3gan. I was not a fan of the first movie. I thought it was fine. And I'm not a fan of this movie. Most of the humor just wasn't really for me in this movie. There wasn't any really standout kills in this movie. And, they were fine, though. Especially for a PG-13 movie. Like, there's one where she's clearly about to impale somebody in the head, but they cut away at the last second. There's like a blood splatter, classic kill. It's not terrible. There was one joke that genuinely made me laugh where, Gemma tricks Megan by making her pretty much the most useless AI body ever because she says she needs a body. And she puts her in this, like, kid toy body that's called Moxie. And it's hilarious. And it gets the only F-bomb in the movie, which is also pretty solid. Where she's like, what the fuck is this? Megan also almost says fuck later in the movie when she realizes that she can't kill humans, even though she was told that she can't kill humans. I guess she just forgot. Overall, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but really was not a fan. It's just such a stupid plot. There's an AI sentient robot. Just kidding. It's the boyfriend character that barely does anything in the movie. And then the robot ends up actually being sentient and Megan has to take it down. And then the movie ends with Megan supposedly dying. And then they show at the end she's still alive. It's the exact same thing they did in the first movie. Except this time, like, she's a good guy. In the first movie, it was supposed to be creepy that she's still alive. She dies, but she's still alive. What a cliffhanger ending, inspiring hope for a sequel. And then in this movie, she's a good guy, and then she dies. But she's back, inspiring hope for a sequel. It's fucking whatever, man.